My fellow people, the great people of Ambazonia. My apologies, I have a bad voice today. And so bear with me the way that I'm going to make this address. I thank you all for taking the time to come and listen to me, for us to talk about our country, our struggle, our resistance, and why we need to accept a certain degree of pain if we want to be free. First, let me send my best wishes to our prisoners of war, those who continue to pay the ultimate price in terms of deprivation of liberty and have never blinked in the name of freedom, in the name of our independence, and in the name of our country. I salute your courage, and I thank you for your steadfastness. Your resilience continues to inspire us who are free to make sure we don't betray, to make sure we deliver for you and the millions of people of Ambazonia the independence that they deserve. I also want to thank our people who in the past 7 years have been bombarded with different tales about who they are, what they desire, and sometimes why they should remain in servitude in exchange for temporary security and hopelessness. We have confronted this immense deceit with creative ideas, education, and information on why freedom is a non-negotiable asset. We are at war, my people. This war is vicious. Through all the media channels, on the ground, at the realm of diplomacy, this is a real war. And we should embrace it with respect of its difficulties and its promise. We shall not at any time undermine the difficulties ahead. We must remind ourselves on a daily basis about the nature of the beast we are confronted with, the promise we are going to deliver to our people, and educate ourselves about the challenges and obstacles that others before us have faced. La République poses an existential threat to Ambazonia, and the world has been bullied to remain silent. I would like to remind Norway in particular that they must reject the bullying from Yaoundé. Yaoundé offers nothing to Norway. Norway must be reminded also of the cost of acquiescence to tyranny and oppression. It was here in Oslo that the Oslo Peace Accord between the Palestinians and the Israelites was signed. The international community sat back, negating international law, acquiesced to bullying, and allowed a generation frustrated enough to invade Israel on the 7th of October. And the cost of that invasion is because the world allowed itself to be bullied. It forgot the foundation upon which post-1945 world was built. We have always calculated the cost of resistance, We have never sat back to calculate the cost of acquiescence. And we have seen today in the Middle East, I remind the world, today, iron domes cannot stop rockets from Lebanon. Iran can fire hundreds of unmanned drones across different countries, drones that can fly for more than 30,000 miles. Because the world acquiesced to a status quo that was unsustainable, undermined its own values, and the cost of that acquiescence is being counted in human lives, economic loss, and total destruction of socio-economic fabric of different societies. And so Norway must reject the bullying and the blackmail from Yaoundé completely. Norway must always remind itself what it did after it had successfully left Denmark and Sweden. It declared neutrality during World War II. Neutrality in the face of terror is acquiescence to the blackmail of the bully. 1940, Germany invaded Norway. As I wrote before, the king escaped to Buckingham Palace. When Hitler attacked London, the king of Norway moved to Scotland. It required underground resistance and allied forces to liberate Norway from Germany.